Okay. Just want me to pick a song here, but it better not be a song to pick. Oh, okay. Let's check this out. So, we're live on Facebook. Hey, everybody. It is LaMeel from LaMeel.com. The Money Goddess here. And right now I'm checking to see if this is actually coming through. So, this is supposed to be alignment developed. This is that you are going to want to join us on this amazing fucking house journey. So I got a lot to share with you. I am going to be sitting here. Hey, Ronald. I'm going to be sitting here and sipping my tea. And I'm going to tell you all kinds of amazing things. And we go really, really deep in this course. Okay? But I now know, since we had trouble over there on YouTube, that a lot of you are probably going to be watching this as a replay. That's all I'm getting today is the thumbs up. Be mad if you want to be mad. So right now I can see that somebody is watching, but I want to see how it's coming out in Facebook. You can hear me, and let's just hope the connection stays good. Okay, we are on the cusp, the end of Mercury retrograde, right? So, okay, so those people are in, and then I am going to step away for just a second here. Okay, it's a public course. The music, right? I would have to pay rights to have the music and all that kind of stuff. So you don't get to hear the music. The music's in my ear, right? So I'm having my own private party. Hopefully you guys have some music going on. You've got a journal. You're gonna need a pen, something to. If you guys have questions, and because of all this confusion, if you have to leave questions, you can send them to me on my website. You can also leave them underneath this live. To be a freaking recording. But there's a huge lesson right here, okay? So today for me has been a really crazy, crazy day, and there's been so much going on, and the old me, right, a few years ago, maybe even earlier this year, I would have been like, we're just going to reschedule, okay? I'm not I'm not up for this. Like, there's all of this other energy going on. And what I learned is that, like, when you have something planned, right, and it is something that is you've been inspired to do. Shit. Okay, she's trying a different. Okay, what happens is I'm just checking this. Okay, so if your vibration is not high enough, you can't really sustain like what the fuck you're doing. Everybody else's energy and all of these other things that need your attention bring you down. Okay, so we're not going into your vibration and raising your vibration in this, but it is part of this course. Every manifesting course that I do, it is definitely part of. And there's still things that I have to do. So it says there's still things that I have to do to help that. Okay, it's not like it's magic. It's work. Being in alignment with this group has changed, right? Alignment is the new hustle. So you have all these things that you want. Hey, boo, that's my sister. And we're moving. I'm in here talking about manifesting a house, and I found our house last night. So anyway, shit happens, right? And in order to manifest what you want, it's all vibrational. Every fucking thing you want is vibrational. It is, even people who go to church, they say, you know, you ask and God gives, and then people are like, well, but my shit didn't show up. Well, your shit doesn't show up because you're not in alignment with it. If you are into magic, Christianity, New Age thinking, whatever the fuck it is, the process is the same. If you don't believe and you're not at the right vibration, it's not going to show up. You know, that's like calling the radio station and you call in 95 to say, you know, play me that Cardi B song, but you listening to 97 wondering why you can't hear the song because you're not in the right frequency. You need to change the station. It's not that it's not there, it's you not there. So that's what this course is about. It's about making sure you know how to get to where it is that your shit is, right? So you want a house, and my inbox is full of, I don't have a job, I don't have this, I don't have that, and I have a really, really great story about a house. So, you know, we did this last month, and I was so excited, and I was like, you know what? Amongst a lot of the magic groups, I'm known for manifesting a house because I've done it a couple of times, and I've shared it, and I used to share a lot of information and stuff in those groups. So I decided I'm going to make this a course because I get asked about it a lot, and a lot of my videos on YouTube, you see like the houses and, you know, me decorating my new offices and all that kind of stuff. So last month I was like, okay, I'm going to manifest a new house. I'm going to do it live. And I did. So everybody in that course got to see me go through the process. I announced and decided, I think on the 4th, I was going to manifest this house. I got approved on the 14th. And so it was a done deal, right? And we had a move-in date. But there were a lot of things, and it was really, really, now I still have this music party going on in my head. I'm listening to Kiki, so I'm going to turn this down. There were still, so I'm probably yelling because I got music in my ear. So, so 10 days, right? 10 days from deciding, finding a house, getting approved, and putting down a deposit. But the problem was, there was a lot of new things for me in the mix of manifesting that house. I was Okay, she sent a request. Let me approve her here. I was thinking about moving in with someone, right? So I had all these challenges about if we're going to live together, like what he wanted was 100% different than what the hell I wanted. So I was adjusting what I wanted and what I was asking for and what I was manifesting. So I ended up manifesting the thing that I asked for, but the reality was it wasn't what the hell I wanted. And it was a really good lesson for me then, and for those watching. Like, you get what you ask for, you know. That's like women who come and go, oh, I want to manifest a relationship, I need a new man in my life, and one of their requirements is that he has a lot of hair, right? And they're meaning this hair. But they meet a really great guy, and this man is like hairy, like back, you know, legs, stomach, you know what I'm saying? Because hair was a really big, there was a big emphasis put on there. You get what you want. You do need to be very specific, and I don't see her request. And so I got it. But the reality was it wasn't what I wanted. It was what I was asking for. And it's okay. It's okay sometimes when you manifest things and you get it and go, oh, I didn't think that this was, you know, sometimes you want a relationship really bad with a person, and then you get in that relationship and was like, why? It's like when you look back at some people you were with and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Right? It's the same thing. That raspberry was hairy. It's the same thing. You get what you want. So I manifested this house. The house was really what I was asking for. The problem was I was asking for a lot of things that I felt he would be comfortable in. And when you're manifesting, it is all about you, right? In the world of law of attraction, being selfish is the priority. Because the reality is that even if there's two people and you're co-creating something, if you stayed fast on what you want and that person is steadfast on what they want, and what you want is to be together, the universe will do whatever the fuck it takes to make that happen and create that. You don't have to worry about the how. I started worrying about the how and putting his wants and comfortability as part of my manifestation, and then I got this, and it was like, that's nice, but that's not really who I am. That's really not how I want to live. That's really not where the fuck I want to be. So I was like, we're going to chuck this and we're just going to start this process over again. And that's the beauty of manifesting, right? You learn, you discover that through this process that you really have the control and the ability to call to you what you want. And you get it and you go, yeah, that's great, I love it, I'll keep it. And then you get it and go, no. And the more you do it, the more specific you can get about what you want, right? Because if you listen to my radio show, I think the first episode is like hell yes or hell no. And actually, I was recording a radio show and I looked back because I got some advertisers and I was doing a commercial, and the first episode was hell yes or hell no. And that episode is about everything in your life. Clothes, furniture, people, relationships, food. It is either a hell yes or a hell no. There's no lukewarm, because you have the ability to create whatever the fuck you want. So if you have the ability to create whatever it is that you want, why the fuck would you create lukewarm? Right? You want to create all hell yeses. So if shit comes up and you're looking at this woman or this man and it's a hell no, move on. Not, oh, it's okay. So, you know, and sometimes it's that you're only here to do one thing. You're only here to experience pleasure. You are here to live your dreams. You are here to be happy. You don't be happy in lukewarm. So if you have shit in your life that's a hell no, including where you live right now, your living situations, all of that stuff, you have the ability to get rid of it and create only hell yeses. And when you start looking at things like that, then it's like, oh, I need to get rid of that and create something new. And then you realize you are creating it, because then when you go, this is exactly what I want, and it shows up, you're like, oh, and that's a hell yes. So if that works, it builds your manifesting muscles, so to speak, because the more you manifest intentionally, and intentionally is key because you're always manifesting, whether you're using it or not. I mean, we don't consciously use gravity, right? So it's not like we're outside walking around and you see people start flying around and people are like, what's wrong with them? Oh, they haven't learned how to use gravity yet. It's not a situation where it only works for you when you know what you're doing. It's like gravity. It works regardless. So all the shit that keeps coming into our lives, whether, you know, it's people, it's fucked up jobs, it's situations, it's drama, it's whatever, they're things that we are manifesting. And we're manifesting it because we don't know what we're doing. So we're manifesting things we don't want. So you learn how to use the energy, and then you can manifest what it is that you do want intentionally, because you're going to be manifesting no matter what. So great house, you know, I think it's a great house. It's just not what I wanted, you know, and it was in the neighborhood I picked. It has the number of bedrooms. It was in the price point. It's available on the right date. It came with so much ease, and it was effortless, just like I created it. It showed up in the physical. But I incorporated somebody else's needs and somebody else's wants into what the fuck I wanted. And that's a hell no for me. So we're going to do this again. And this time it's only about me. And from this point on, it's more about me in my life than it has ever been. So you're going to get a lot more videos and training just about being selfish and taking this amazing self-care, you know, of yourself and manifesting from that place. Because the key in alignment, which is what this group is now about, which is what my new book is about, which is what manifesting your house is about, is it's about getting into alignment. The way that you get into alignment is to be happy. So if you are really, really depressed, if you are really, really sad, if you are lonely, if you are lacking on an emotional level, you can't get into alignment with what you want. I love all of this fucking thing that keeps popping up, but you can't get into alignment with what you're asking for, because you get into alignment by being happy and doing the things that bring you satisfaction, and then feeling better and feeling better and feeling better. That's the key to alignment. So if you are not feeling good, if you have a lot of negative self-talk, if you've got a lot, you know, it's like planting a seed, right? Because you're going to grow something, and then you talk shit to the seed, like, you're probably not even going to grow. It's probably a waste of time. I don't even know why I'm watering you. And then you mad when the seed don't grow. You don't have any faith in it. A lot of us are doing that with manifesting. I really want a house. I really want to move, but I don't have no money, and my credit's probably not that great, and my boo probably is not going to want to move, and he really loved. So you didn't plant the seed and you asked for a new house, and now you shit talking it, and you're keeping yourself in this lower vibration to where you can't align with what you want. You can't get there. You know what I'm saying? You can't stand at the bottom of the stairs and get to the top stair in one step. Ain't nobody's legs that long. It's a progression. You can get there really fast. You can run up the fucking stairs and get to where you want to be. It doesn't have to take long, but you have to go through the process. And when you're trying to, I'm depressed and now I'm going to fake happy so I can get a house, it's not going to happen for you that way. It is a progression. You just have to work yourself up this vibrational scale, right? And the vibrational scale, if you go into the group and look at photos, it's in there. So you can see, And what I used to do is I had a mini version of that was part of my day planner for the week. And every day throughout the day, I would look at like, how do I feel? And I would mark it on this thing that I had made for my day planner. And over the course of 2 weeks, I was able to see that at certain times of the day, my vibration and my emotions fell low. I felt bad. I was agitated, things like that. And when I started to track it, I realized it was associated to interaction with a particular person. And so then I had to decide, I had to take my power back and be like, you know what, I'm not answering the phone, and we're not going to spend so much time together because you are the reason that I keep going from here to here, right? You're triggering me on some level. And identifying what your vibrational, people who, I call them vampires, either emotional or energy vampires, will come into your life. You ever been in like in a really, really good mood and somebody shows up and like they totally shit all over your mood? Like just being around them really fucks you up, right? And they feel great. Or they come in feeling bad and then you start feeling bad and then they feel better and then they go on with their life and you're left holding that shit. They are emotional vampires. You think I don't see you? Don't act brand new because you think I'm talking to these people. Put that back. Don't do that again. You with a jug of water?
I just poured it.
No, not like that. So, messing up my train of thought. Jesus, because you could spill it. Don't play.
Can I have a little bit of water?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, knowing what puts you in a negative vibration is very, very key. Okay? Those of you who are in the course, you've sent me like what your dream house is, which is awesome. So the other thing so you guys all know like really what you want, right? And the next thing I will ask you tonight is, what is your experience in manifesting, right? So if you have experience, in law of attraction, if you do magic, if you, some people are pagans, some people are spiritualists, whatever. I want to know what your magic or manifesting. You can't be in a scenario where I have $0, I've never manifested before, and I want to move into a house that costs $50,000 a month. Well, it's not really realistic because the chances of you believing this is going to be hard for you to get behind. Okay? Not that it can't be done. So be clear, I am not saying that it cannot be done. I have done some fucking amazing things with $0, okay? But if you can't get behind it, if you can't believe it, if you don't believe it, then manifesting it's going to be very, very difficult for you. If you are in a point where this is the first time I am consciously manifesting something, and I know I can afford a house that's $2,000 a month, even if you're looking and you end up getting something that's $2,500, but you're also doing some other work to manifest more money to handle that, that's great. But for your very first time, I want you to manifest something that is your next level. Okay? So, my house, it's about over 4,000 square feet, 6 plus an extra room, 7 bedrooms, there's like a theater room and all this kind of stuff, right? So anything from there down, right, or slightly up is my slightly up, meaning maybe a bigger square footage, maybe more bedrooms or whatever is, or maybe $1,000 or $500 more a month is my next level, or anything else. Like, and really, I'm not trying to go, depending on what my scenario is. All my kids don't live with me anymore. So the last house that I manifested was for all of my kids, and like literally all my kids there. My daughter came back with a boyfriend and a baby and 2 fucking dogs. Like we were all in there. And then I even had a friend who moved in with me with her daughter because they needed a place. So manifesting something that size was necessary. It's not that I have only my younger 4 are with me now, right? So do I really need that? I like the square footage, but I don't need that many bedrooms. Like, so anyway, you need to really go through the reality of that, right? Are you prepared to take care of the lawn? A lot of you have like, I want 5 bedrooms. I want the library. I want da 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 da. So remember, you get the house, you have to get the furniture. Remember, you get the house, you get the land, you got to be able to take care of the yard. I'm never moving into a house that fucking big again and not already have a cleaning service. Like, fuck that shit. That was fucking crazy. Because of how I like things to be clean. So what's your next level, right? We know what your ultimate goal is, but if you have no experience in manifesting, I want you to go with your next level, and you're going to have an opportunity to get on the phone with me if you're in the course, and we're going to talk about and identify what your next level is and what is something you can get behind, because I need you to be able to get behind it. If you don't believe that this is possible for you, you are right. It's that simple. If you believe it, it doesn't matter what the fuck anybody else believes. It's going to happen. I promise you. It may not happen in the 10 days that it did for me, because you may have more cycles that you go through, right? There may be other blockages that you have to work through, right? Because we sometimes get into this holding place of, some people are like, I have to overcome a challenge, right? I have a lot of clients, we were just working on that, having to overcome a challenge. Like, I'm not worthy of this. You can really live in that energy all the fucking time. But you have to decide. So when you're manifesting, it has to be something you can get behind mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You don't have to always, to raise your vibration, you don't have to think about it, but you have to believe that it's possible for you. And then you can leave it alone. Have you ever said, I really want this, I really, really want this, I really, really want this, and you're so headstrong, focused on it, and it doesn't show up, and then finally you're like, fuck this shit, I'm not going to get it, let me just go on with my life. And as soon as you do, it shows up. Or when people say it's easier to find a job when you have a job. Because when you don't have a job, you are really, really pressed to get a job. When you have a job and you're looking for a job, your energy is not there. You're not in a negative thought cycle. You're not fighting yourself like, I'm probably not good enough. They probably not going to call me back. You're doing all this self chitter chatter and talking yourself out of vibration slowly. Your job that you want is here, and you're talking yourself out of alignment with the job. And then you get a job and you stop thinking about it, and your vibrational level raises, and then people start sending you all of these offers. And then you're like, well, shit, I took this job and now I can have any job, because you stopped doing that negative thing that lowers your vibration. This course, I'm going to give you a lot of things to think about, but all the work is vibrational. All the work is mental. Everything is internal, right? You are going to have times when you receive some inspiration to do something, and then you do that. But if you're not inspired to do it, you do nothing, because the work is on your vibration. That's it. So I'm going to give you a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to eliminate, a lot of things to help you get into the proper vibrational alignment, and then you need to get inspired from there. Even if I think I have a great idea, I don't move on it until I'm in the proper vibrational alignment, right? If I have to be feeling really, really good. And I learned this a long time when I had a chocolate company, and I would not produce an order of chocolates unless I was feeling good. If me and my husband were arguing, I made no chocolate. People's shit was late. Why? Because when people put my shit in their mouths, anyway, even my shit tastes good, right? So when people put my candy in their mouths, they were like, oh my God, this is so good. It's so beautiful. It's so blah, 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 right? Anytime I produced anything outside of that vibration, I didn't get the same reaction. I learned that real quick. So in order to get the reaction that I needed to live up to the reputation I had created, if I was not in the proper vibrational alignment, I didn't make anything. As a matter of fact, it got to the point where if he knew I was mad at him, even if I did bother to cook, he wouldn't eat it, because he knew. I mean, you know, I was probably, it wasn't going to be right. This is all about your alignment. So you're here, right? Probably on the replay with all the fucking shit we were just going through. But you're here because you want a house. You're here because you're looking for something. I don't believe in accidents or coincidences, right? So you are asking a question, you're getting an answer. And now what you need to know is that this is about vibration. This is not about the work. This is not about, you know, going and spending days and days searching houses and trying to make the numbers work. And that's not how you manifest a house. Things will come together. The people that you need, the information that you need to make it work will come to you as long as you stay in alignment. And so this is about how do you really decide what you want and get really, really clear on what you want, and then get into a vibrational alignment. Hey, Rob.
Rob?
He's watching me. Anyway, no. What? Excuse me, I'm entertaining. Rob, I don't even know what the hell she is. Your cousin is like, you ain't got nothing better to do than to watch me, and like, I am not the shit over here. Anyway, the kids are saying hi to you. This work is about getting into alignment. And literally, anytime that I was not in alignment, and you guys know my story of, you know, being in a hotel and all that kind of stuff. And then when the houses came, it was because I changed. It was because what I was doing, how I was feeling about my situation changed. It was all vibrational. So this course is just going to help you get clear on what you want and then change vibrationally. Last month, manifested my house in literally in 10 days, like I was telling you. So it can happen for you that fast. It may take you 30 days because it may take you time to figure out what you want. That's usually the key. We think we know. A lot of people, like I say, what do you want for dinner? And my kids used to say, tell me everything they don't want. Well, I don't want pizza because we had that. And, we eat too much chicken. And I don't know. I want a salad, but I don't want this in it. I don't want that. Like, in the very beginning, we're taught, like, to focus on what we don't want. But when you're focusing on what you don't want, that's exactly what you get. So, you know, if you say, well, I used to have issues with my landlords, and I would move and go, oh my God, I do not want another shitty landlord. Like, as long as I don't have another fucking shitty landlord, that would be great. And inevitably, my landlord would be an ass. You know, whether I did something to evoke that or they were an ass when I got there, I was manifesting this situation where I had asshole landlords. you know? So, it was never about them. It was always about me. When you're on this journey of manifesting your house, and some of you may decide, like in the last session, like a guy was like, I don't really want a house. I think I'm going to do a car, right? This process is going to work for no matter what you want, a relationship, a house, a car, some money, whatever. The process for manifesting is the same. The house is exciting for me because I got good at it, and you know, it happened last month in a blink of an eye. And I'll tell you, I hem and hawed over manifesting that house for a long time. One point in my life, but do I really want that now? So when I got out of that and decided I was going to go ahead and do that, I am sending me a message I'm going to respond to real quick. So to the space of, okay, I'm going to do that. We're going to. Then I got into this crazy holding pattern of, he started naming like what he wanted and where he wanted to live and how he wanted to live. And then I thought I was like, oh my God, like, did we just meet? Like, how could you want to live with me and then give me this list of shit that I really don't want to do? So I ended up in another holding pattern because I was trying to figure out how to incorporate what he wanted, because I wanted him to be happy, but it was conflicting with making me happy. And a lot of us do that, right? That's why I said manifesting is where you get to be selfish, because, you know, we send our kids to school and our kids learn, like, you need to make your teacher happy, and you need to make your coach happy, and you need to make your parents happy, and God forbid your parents don't live together, then you got to make that side of the family happy, and you got to make this side of the family happy. But what about you? And then you wonder why we have these adult people pleasers who can't make decisions, and all, because we do that to our kids as they're little, instead of saying, what do you want? There's no way, right? You can only maintain one energy pattern at a time. So I can't be in the energy of making you happy and giving you what you want and be in the energy of making me happy. What can happen when you have two people who are co-creating something is, I stay in the energy of making me happy, you stay in the energy of making you happy, we decide together that this will make us both happy, and boom, then you have something. But if you are in a situation where, you know, you are trying to make somebody else happy, you're neglecting yourself. And if you're neglecting yourself, your vibrational level cannot be that high, because you're people pleasing and you're adjusting and you're bending over and, you know, for the kick in the ass, instead of doing the shit that is resonating with you. Sometimes you're going to get inspired action that makes no sense to the other person. But if you are committed to doing the work for you, then it's not going to matter. You know, people will be like, why are you doing that? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, don't ask me questions. Watch. And I had to get to a point where because people would go, I wouldn't do that. Well, you know what? You should do this. And the way I got out of that is that I would look at their lives. Don't tell me shit, because there's nothing in your life that I want for my life. Now, there are going to be people who are going to say, you should want what I have. Okay? I want what I want. And that's okay. So you're here because you want a house. You're here because you want some kind of change. You're here because you want a better relationship or a car or a job or whatever. You want what you want because that's what's going to make you happy. Don't go after what somebody else wants because they're telling you that that would make them happy. A lot of people are living lives trying to make their parents happy. Your parents had their lives to make them happy. Your life is not about that. You know, my mom, I let one of my kids graduate early, another one graduated online, and she was like, "Oh my God, like you totally took away the graduation experience from me." Bitch, I didn't have kids for you to have a graduation experience. That's the reality. You had a kid. Your kid did the graduating thing through the traditional school. That was your experience. So don't try to... So really, she's trying to make me make different decisions so I can adjust my kids to give her the experience that she wants. It ain't about none of the rest of us. And that's okay, but I ain't listening because my life is about me. Their life is about them. And if she's looking for that experience, she got to go somewhere else. Now, if that experience also elated me and she and I were vibrationally aligned in that, right, it still would not be my children's responsibility to do the things that would make us happy. And if all of three of us were, you know, in harmony, great. Yay, but you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have probably seen my YouTube and you know how I feel about traditional school. Anyway, so, like, that wasn't new to her. I don't even know why. But the point is, you cannot be in alignment with yourself and what you want when you are trying to operate in an alignment to please somebody else. So people are going to, you know, you're excited. I got some kick-ass students this go around. Swear to you, like they are on it. They're excited. They are, excuse me, spiritually really beautiful people that I'm really, really feel blessed to be able to work with. So I'm excited to work with them. They're excited to go through this process, but there's going to be people, you guys, that are going to say to you, "What the fuck are you doing? This makes no sense. Why are you doing that? Mind your business and worry about yourself." That's what I tell them. You don't like it? Meet me outside. How about that? Don't explain yourself. Okay? Your lesson number one is assignment number one, is to not explain what the fuck you're doing or why you're doing it. It's nobody else's business. You owe them nothing. You don't owe them, hey honey, you don't owe them shit. You want to know what I'm doing? Watch. I can show you better than I can tell you. Because these people are going to be people who love you. I promise. They love you. So what happens is none of us can see life outside of our experience because that's how we're made, right? So these other people have had experiences that cause them to come to certain decisions. And when they see you doing something and think that you might get hurt or might not be successful or it might not be what you think, they're telling you and they're trying to stop you from being hurt. They're trying to protect you from their reality. But their reality does not have to be your reality. So I used to do, when my first two kids were really little, I did direct sales, right? And I was pretty good at it. And I still have music playing in my ear, and I lost my train of thought. So anyway, they're protecting you, right? And so an example of two people doing the same thing and getting different results, right? So you have an upline, right? Or even if you have a boss, right? And your boss says, do this, do that, and do this. You're going to be successful. I close X number of deals every day. You know, I worked for a magazine and I was like a 90% closer, right? So like even if my sales team couldn't do it, they all had to do was get me on the phone and I could close them. So when I would explain to them how to do it, they would be like, I'm doing exactly what you said. Whether it was in sales with the magazine, whether it was direct sales, whatever. They're like, I did that, and then I said this, and then I did this, and they telling me I did exactly what you said, and it's not working. If you know other people, right? The upline says, you know, you need turnkey, right? Just follow the steps and you'll be successful. And there's hundreds of people following these steps and it's not working for them. Why? It's a good time for break. So it's not working because they're not in the same vibration. That's it. So I can do something and I can do if we're in the same vibration, it'll be exactly the same. If you were at a slightly lower vibration, it's going to be, you're going to make it. It may not be exactly the same results, but you're going to get some good results. If you are at the lower half of that vibrational scale, you're not going to get any results. And you're going to be like, but I did it and it didn't work for me. It's not that it didn't work for you. It's that you did it from the wrong vibration. You did it from you were not inspired. You didn't take inspired action. You just followed the steps. So that's the other thing. I'm going through this course and I'm giving you live and I'm also giving you pre-recorded training. But if I say this is what we're doing this week and you are not ready to move on, don't move on. Wait till you're inspired. When it feels good and it's exciting, that's when you want to go to the next step. Because that's where all the shit is. Right? So have you ever been in a really good mood and you've gone in the store and somebody says it makes a joke and then the other people in the other line start laughing and all of y'all have a really good laugh? Like all of you all were in the right energy together at the right time for playing with one another. Right? So you were in a mood to play and universe put people smack dab in front of you to play. Can you get Robert? Do you need to go outside? Oh, shoot. My doggy needs to go outside. Okay, get down. That's what happens. Okay? So you want to be in the right vibration. You're manifesting a house and you want to be in that energy like, oh, this is great. What's the next thing to do? And somebody goes, hey, you know what? I got a house that you're going to love. Or, hey, you know what? There's some special circumstances here and this might fit your needs perfectly. Or, hey, you know what? It's Christmas time. You can have December for free. That has happened to me before, okay? I had all my stuff together and they were like, okay, we're going to apply all this to January and you can just move in now. And it was like, I moved in right after Thanksgiving and I got all of December for free as a Christmas present. Who does that? So, and that was years ago. But so I was in the right place at the right time and the universe sent the right people, right, to be there to give me what I needed. So we moved and had one of the most massivest Christmases ever, right? It like that year, that's what started what we call, you know, our DJ Khaled Christmas, right? They don't want us to have another tree. Last year we had like 6 trees in our house. And the year before. So, that's why it's all vibrational work. You really need to be in a place where you're feeling inspired. So if you're not feeling inspired to move forward, don't. You can listen to the material and then wait till you get your inspiration and go to the next level. You can decide to just watch all the lives and then do the work as you're being inspired. This is not like I gotta have right now. We're going to talk about timing and dates and all that kind of stuff really in depth in the recorded session. I've already recorded that for you, but I wanted to give you tonight some foundations. So you know what your dream is, right? So are you ready? Are you really ready for the dream? Okay, because I'll tell you what, the first really large house I manifested, like I forgot that I needed a fucking riding lawnmower and a gardener and more, you know, there was so much shit to to deal with, right? We probably needed a cleaning lady at that point. It was a massive responsibility that I then got into and was like, okay, now I got to manifest this, and now I got to manifest that, and now I got to you know what I'm saying? Because the reality was, it wasn't my next step. It was a dream that I manifested. I made that shit, you know, I created that, and I'm really proud of it. But the truth of what I learned from that was that I was not ready. The next house after that was smaller in square footage. It had more bedrooms, but the size was more manageable for me to work in, like somebody that was cleaning and didn't have a whole bunch of yard I had to worry about, and weatherizing, and you know, then we had sprinklers, like a whole sprinkler system and a whole thing that the people have to do when they come out. Like, there's a lot of things that go into having 4,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet, and 2 acres of land, and you know, the shed, and if you can manifest a house that you love, laundry. So what does that cost me, right? Because if I'm running through 17,000 square feet and I got the Kirby out and I'm, you know, scrubbing floors and walking dogs and picking up dog shit, like, no, she's not doing none of that. Not in no 17, not in the Barbie dream house. Are you kidding? Like, I'm the Barbie. Barbie don't clean up poop. Like, that's, you know, okay, doing in, you know, the you to come with a lot of energy. I want you to be, I want you to keep the excitement high. I want you to create a playlist, a music playlist, that gets you excited about manifesting and about getting what you want. And my playlist is, maybe it's not. I will put it in there if it's not in there, right? It's called Boss Bitch Magic Music. And You know, and I used to tell people, well, you know what? I got 8 kids. One by one, I ain't even got no twins, no triplets, none of that, right? So I have 8 children, and we done been through a whole lot of shit, and I don't drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't do drugs of any kind. I don't even smoke weed. So if I curse to get my point across, who the fuck are you to, you know, question me? Like, it's not about you. It's about me making my point. And the fact that I didn't even cuss at all. I didn't cuss at all until I was about 35 years old, because I needed to express myself and make my points differently. And so that's what the fuck I chose to do. Fuck anybody who doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I only work with people that are real vibrational matches to me, and so they're not bothered by it. Some people go, I love what you're saying, you know, but the cursing, you know, I'm a Christian and whatever. And so my thing is, you being a Christian and your relationship with God and my relationship with God has nothing to do with how many zeros is in your bank account. So if you can't get past the fact that I cuss to get the message that God sent you here to get, deuces. Because the number of zeros in your bank account don't affect me. So you have to get to a place where I'm going to do this no matter what. And I'm sure that there's been times in your life that you've woken up and you've said, come hell works is because the law of attraction is about like attracts like. Okay? It's like that saying, you know, you reap what you sow, you get what you put out, yada yada. How is my battery low? Okay, so I gotta wrap this up. So we live in an attraction-based universe, right? And there's no exclusion. So this law doesn't say, oh, you asked for this, and this, and I'm going to give you this because you asked the right way, and I might give you part of this, right? The universe is like, if you asked for it, then that's what I give you. But how are you asking? You ask with how you feel. You do not, in manifesting, you do not get what you think about. You don't get what you wish about. You don't get what you believe about. You get how you feel about those things. So how you feel about getting this new house is going to make all the difference in the world. You get how you feel about what it is that you're trying to manifest. Did you get that? You get how you feel. And because of that, every assignment is going to lead you back to how do you feel. Clearing any bad feelings. Focusing on the good feelings. Because if you put out bad feelings, universe can't say to you, oh, she's putting out bad feelings, so we're not going to respond to her. No. The universe is going to give you more situations, things, and issues to make you feel that way. That's like if you get up in the morning and you start off with a day fucked up and it just spirals out of control because you're feeling shitty, and then universe is like, oh, she feels shitty. Here's something else to feel shitty about, and here's something else to feel shitty about. Okay? So let's just get out of the shittiness and go back into, okay, well, I'm going to wake up in a good mood. this is a great day. It's going to be a great day. I am happy. Things are going my way. Thank you. And I'm going to be in gratitude. And then guess what? Universe is going to go, oh, she's feeling good. Here's something to feel good about. Here's something to feel good about. Oh, she's feeling good about moving. Here's a house. You probably want to move into that one. If not, you might like this one better. And here's a way to get in it even faster. And that's the momentum that we're going to learn together how to get into and stay in it. The longer you can get into it, and the longer you stay in it, the faster your manifestation is going to come. So this is working, and the reason it works is because you're going to get in life how you feel. Because people go, I would have never manifested a car accident. No, you would not have. But what was the feeling you had about this car accident? What did you feel about the other person, the situation? What did it do to you? What were those feelings? Chances are, not even chances, factually, you were having those types of feelings prior to the car accident, and the car accident gave you more reasons to feel that way. So that's why I say to you, this is vibrational work. That's why I'm saying to you that you're not going to do anything unless you're inspired, and that this will work when you learn how to control how you feel about what you're manifesting. So the first thing we're going to do tomorrow is the video course will be released to you on getting clear about what you want. I love you guys. For those of you who are in the class, you can send me messages. We'll chit chat a little bit tonight if you need to, and then I'll be available to you all day tomorrow. If you want to get in on this journey of manifesting your dream house, car, sexy life, job, whatever, man, woman, to you can. Because if you're watching this, that means that you are eligible for the discount on the course. If you go to the site, this course is $288 because 8's my favorite number. And but you can get it if you're watching this for $188 if you send me a message and you want to get in on the live version of this. Would love to have you. And we're going to, now that retrograde is over, we're going to fix our communication and electronic issues, and the remainder of the lives will be exclusively for those that are in the course. Thank you so much for spending a whole hour with me today and engaging in this wonderful manifesting energy. I appreciate you, love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.